Hello guys and gals, and welcome to the E3 Ass Explosion 2015. This is the Nintendo episode. Now this year Nintendo was a little bit, there was some controversy on some stuff they talked about, although there was a lot of cool stuff they did show, I think. I just don't know if this was the conference. But in any case, remember that everything stated here in this video is merely opinion, and I don't want to push my stuff onto you, but if you disagree with it, you can completely write down in the comments below. But without further ado, and also, keep in mind I'm also going to do the other two conferences like I do every other year, and yeah, I will say this right now, this year, I didn't hate Nintendo's conference at all, but I didn't think that it was the best one at all, basically. I didn't think it was. What happened was they started out with these puppets. There was Iwata, Reggie, and Miyamoto, and they were these, looked like something out of Jim Henson's workshop, maybe. And they were puppets, and it was cute, and they turned into Star Fox characters. And it opened up into the unveiling of Star Fox Zero. Now, Star Fox Zero is the brand new Star Fox game that's been worked on for like a year, and it's going to be a year and a half of development, and it's supposed to come out in the holiday season. Now, they were saying that this is not a reboot, it's not a sequel, it's its own thing, which means you're probably not going to see Crystal. I hate to say it. But there's a lot of, traditionalism. There's a lot of Star Fox 64 in this. You see all the original crew, Fox, Slippy, Falco, Peppy. And then you see Wolf, Pigma, Dengar. Like, I think Andross's nephew, I think Alicante, Andrew, I don't know his name. They're in it. Like, you could see it. Their voices sound really good. Now, the thing that's getting criticized is the fact that it does kind of look like an older game. Now, personally, upon first glance, I thought it looked really damn good. Maybe it's just because I'm really hungry for something new and I wanted a brand new Star Fox game, but I thought it looked pretty good. I understand that some people are mad about the graphic fidelity of it, and I agree. Maybe they could smooth it up or try something. There's a lot of jaggies. I don't know if anybody noticed that. But, it is what it is. It's what to be expected. Now, I was going into this thinking this was going to be a glorified tech demo. We got the gyro controls because they showed off, you got first-person view on the gamepad with the gyro, and you have your classic third-person on the screen. But that's about it. They didn't really get too much into the gimmicks. And I was happy about that. And listen, at this point in time, I'll take anything that makes me happy in regards to Star Fox, and among other franchises Nintendo has. But the big thing with this game was that your Arway could transform. So now you have a gyrocopter, the Walker Bird, and the Landmaster that also has a flight mode. And I heard you can do this at any time. Now, what's really interesting is the Walker, I was like, that looks familiar. Apparently, these ideas came from Star Fox 2, which is that canceled Super Nintendo game. So I thought that was really neat. Personally, I think it looks pretty damn good. I'm excited for it. I don't think it's going to be a perfect game, and I don't like the fact that they're rushing it out just to say we have this Star Fox, you could shut the hell up now. But I think what was important was they should have had online. They announced that there is no online for this game, and I've been harping on them for a long time, Star Fox Online, Star Fox Online. And, we could have had 4-on-4 matches, free-for-all matches, maybe even assault on land matches online. But, we're not getting that now. And to me, it's just such a make-it-or-break-it defining feature for Star Fox. It's such an epic idea of a game with these animal characters, and it's like Star Wars, and I get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy they're focusing on the story. Believe me, that's probably what we need right now. But we really need it online. If there's some way that they could stuff this thing in last minute or hold it off, I would love that. But I don't think they're going to do that. Now, it is what it is, folks. After that is Skylanders Superchargers. Now, Skylanders is obviously a huge franchise with the figurines, and you've been living, if you don't know what it is, you're living under a rock. But they've sold a lot more than Amiibo. No offense. And they are making, Activision is doing a partnership with Nintendo, and they're doing a Donkey Kong figure and a Bowser figure, and they have weapons and their gear, and they look like Skylanders guys. And one of them, I think Donkey Kong has a bike with Diddy in it. And I have to admit, if I was 8 years old right now, that'd be pretty badass. And if they get to Mario and friends, it's gonna be nuts. But wow! And they also count as Amiibo. I don't know if I said that. So it's pretty damn amazing after even doing that. But wow, holy shit, man. The crossover is happening. Now this is where the conference starts to teeter a little bit. And notice how quick I just jumped into that. So they announced this brand new game, excuse me, for Zelda on the 3DS called Triforce Heroes. And it looks like a poor man's Four Swords on the GameCube. And I think GBA. Basically, it's 3 links, like Toon Links. One of them looks like a wizard. One of them kind of, I don't know if it's a form. One of them on the cover looks like a wizard. One of them looks like a knight. You know, it's like that kind of thing. There's like different power-ups. But it's like you solving puzzles and you fighting enemies. Did anybody really ask for this? It looks like it's built off of the Link Between World engine. And to me, it just feels very shoddy in an attempt to just make some money off of the 3DS here, take this fucking game. It's like, did anybody really want it? I know there's a following for Four Swords, but it was never the most popular Zelda game, okay, ever. And I don't know, it just doesn't look that great. I'm sorry. And then after that, they announced Hyrule Warriors Legends, which is basically a 3DS port of the Wii U game Hyrule Warriors, with brand new characters Tetra and the King from the Wind Waker games. And there's new stuff added, of course. I don't really know how much content. But to me, again, it's like we're just trying to make money off the 3DS install base. Did anybody really want Zelda, the Hyrule Warriors series on the handhelds? Like, did you really want that? And the other thing is those characters and things are coming to the Wii U version. So to me, it just seems redundant. But you tell me, I mean, again, I'm not the biggest Zelda guy here, but even I could sit here and go, you know, I don't really think Zelda fans really want this crap. So, this is the one that really pissed me off. If you've been following my channel for a while, I'm a huge Metroid fan. Maybe I'm not the most perfect fan of the series, whatever, and I don't own every game, and I struggle in them, whatever. But I was fucking mad, alright? We've been blue balled time and time again for this. Studios is asking for new employees. There's a Metroid pin on Reggie. There's all kinds of these little weird fucking hints going on. And this is what they give us. Metroid Prime Federation Force. And also Blast Ball. Now, Metroid Prime Federation Force is a four-player co-op. I don't know what's co-op. It's a four-player Metroid experience where you fight the enemies and the bosses. And then the Blast Ball is the game they unveiled at the Nintendo World Championships this year, which is like a game of shoot the ball with your gun into a goal. Now, does that fucking sound like Metroid to you? I'm just being blunt here. Metroid was all about the toughest, most badass bounty hunter chick in deep space, going into these solo missions, killing these creepy-ass, you know, Metroids and aliens and all kinds of creatures, and getting involved with federations and all this crap. This is not what anybody asked for. You know, we have been handed crappy Metroid games for the last few years. Other M, I'm sorry, it's the biggest offender. And you have the audacity to fucking show us Federation Force. There's a petition out there with over 12,000 signatures to cancel the game. And while it might seem very entitled, people are like baffled by this. Maybe it's because the people that they were aiming this game for are now getting older, and maybe they realize we're getting tired of this shit where you hand us these games that you think that everybody wants, but nobody does. You know, we had that in the Wii era. Now we're in the Wii U era, and I know you're trying to get over to the NX era, but this is bullshit. So to me, I think that was one of the biggest fucking things ever. If they called it something else and it wasn't Metroid Prime and it had different enemies, then fine. But that is complete bullshit. So, after that was Fire Emblem Fates, which made me happy again, because I realized a really good game, two good games are coming. I don't know if there was a date, I forgot, but they're basically the two brand new Fire Emblem games. You pick one side, which is more of a samurai side, and one side that's more of a regal, royal side. But it looks beautiful, it looks great. I'm definitely picking them up. I think I'm going to go with the samurai one, not entirely sure yet. And then they showed off the Atlas Fire Emblem crossover. Look, I'm sorry, what am I supposed to make of this? It's like, all the Fire Emblem characters are redesigned as high school students or, like, weird warrior-looking dudes, and, like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, did anybody really want that? I mean, I know there's people out there that are hardcore about these kinds of things, but wouldn't it have just made more sense to stick to what you wanted, which was Fire Emblem Cross, what was it, Shimigami or Persona or whatever it was. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like what people wanted. Now, my dog is like going nuts. I'm sorry. Now, they also showed a very short segment of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is coming out this holiday season. Okay, this is another thing that really irked the shit out of me. This is going to be one of the biggest games to come out on the Wii U all fucking year. It is a massive open world Japanese, it's a massive world, it's like an RPG. Okay, you have all kinds of classes and specs and weapons, and you have your own mech, and you fight these monsters, and you have missions and quests, and you can go online. It's a fucking huge game, and you don't want to go out of your way to try to pitch this any further. You don't want to try to make some money off this. You don't want a fan base. To me, it's like, okay, you show a minute of it, it's nothing. But this is going to be one of the best things to come out on this console. You know, the reviews in Japan say it all. So to me, it was a complete... Nobody even paid attention to it. You completely dropped the ball with that. And that's a game that I'm really looking forward to. I have said this on countless times. I think it's going to be better than that next Zelda that comes out. And I still stick with it. So that was... No. Now, this is, again, another thing that I don't understand. We were teased with a new Animal Crossing for the last, year and a half, 2 years, with the app, with all the characters on the Wii U, and all these different little things. And they showed off Happy Home Designer a couple months ago, which is a amiibo card game where you design homes. And I said, okay, that's kind of a cute little idea for the 3DS. I get it. But then they were like, oh, we're going to take it a step further. We're going to make amiibos, alright. But we're going to make a board game called Amiibo Festival. So Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival on the Wii U. Again, another game that did anybody really fucking ask for this. Let's be honest here. Don't just be like, oh, you know, Blake, you monster, you're complaining. No. Really think about it. Did you want a fucking Animal Crossing board game? The answer is no. You wanted a fucking Animal Crossing on the Wii U. It would have been a great send-off. It would have been awesome to see all the new shit you added to it. So you basically blue-balled that fan base. It's ironic, too, because that was one of the fan bases that got huge from the 3DS. I don't understand it. There's no logic in it. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, you know, the amiibos are cute and everything, but, you know, if you're focused this much on selling a fucking figurine, then don't bother making the game. Okay, then they showed off Yoshi's Woolly World. Looks great. It's coming out, I think, soon. I'm really excited for that. It's the side-scrolling platformer Yoshi game where he's made a yarn, and it actually looks fantastic. It looks a little harder than initially shown. I'm excited for it. It's got a lot of charm. I'm all for it. And the girl that was talking about the yarn, she spoke amazing English. Like, you should get her to, like, talk about games for you guys. Just put that out there. And after that, we finally got a first look at Level 5's Yokai Watch, which is the biggest thing in Japan right now. It is like the next Pokemon, but it's with I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese folklore and myths and spirits and all, but it's basically dead Pokemon and the little boy, and you got the Yokai Watch. It looks really cool. I've been waiting a while for it. I'm definitely I'm all for picking it up and supporting it. Level 5 is one of my favorite developers. Like, they made Ni no Kuni, and they're just awesome. They're an awesome developer. Okay, this was one of the surprises that I was actually happy about. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. So they took the Mario and Luigi RPGs on the handheld, and they brought in Paper Mario, because I guess the last game wasn't that great. They put Paper Mario into the mix, and now you have Mario and Luigi, Paper Mario teaming up to fight all kinds of random enemies. It's like a world crossover, and I love it. I think it looks great. It's a little strange that Paper Luigi wasn't shown or even involved with this, to be honest, but life goes on, I guess. But it looks awesome, and I think that's going to be a really nice hit for them, provided they get it right. I've seen the gameplay. It looks exactly like what you wanted, so I mean, or I don't know what people want, I guess. Okay, next one was also another random one. I think Camelot's doing this. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Now, I love the Mario Tennis games. I think they're really fun. The 3DS one was great. However, the Mii's really just ruined the game. They're completely unbalanced. It was an unbalanced mess. And a lot of the times, some of the matches seem very formulaic. I can't say the word. Just seem very programmed and very like, oh, of course I'm going to lose. So I'm really hoping with this game, they fix all these things to make it right. It'd be nice to not have stat gear or anything to boost these characters. Just putting that out there. But they showed off Mario, Bowser, Peach, and Toad playable. I thought it looked nice. I was kind of hoping with Ultra Smash, since they're Smash in the title, maybe we could use the amiibos and unlock Smash characters, but that's wishful thinking, isn't it? Anyways, looks cool. We'll see what happens. And that's supposed to come out in the holiday season also. I don't know if it's rushed or not. And then this is the thing that drove me nuts. This is how they ended it. So they have been touting Super Mario Maker, which is a build-your-own Mario game, for what, the last year or so now? And it's supposed to be, to them, an official Mario title, because they just want to put a Mario game out. And they don't want to do anything big, so you're going to be able to build your own, all kinds of custom things and share them. And don't get me wrong, I think that's cool for those that are interested in it. But you spent 9 minutes on it. You did Super Mario Maker, you talked about a whole bunch of shit that everybody already knew about, and a couple of things that maybe some people didn't. And then you did a Let's Super Mario montage with a bunch of fans for the last half of it. And that's how you ended the show. 9 minutes of fucking Mario. It was like the biggest slap in the face ever. And again, I understand what you're doing here and you're trying to sell this, but you already have the Mario fan base. It's like the most dedicated video game fan base. What the fuck are you trying to do? Like, please buy this game. Of course they're gonna buy it. But that's not the way you do it. Now, if you notice, there was no new Zelda shown. There was not a lot shown. No retro, no next level games. Listen, here's the deal. Maybe I'm not an expert here, but I know they're working on the NX, the new console coming out. This is not the way to go about it. You have a Wii U, which is a pretty damn good console. Maybe it didn't sell the most, but you could still get some life out of it. And to me, it deserves better. That was some bullshit that you just completely... this whole thing feels half-assed. It's like, oh, here's some games, fuck you. You know, it's almost like another GameCube. I hate to say that. It's so cliche of me to say that. But, yeah, I mean, unacceptable. So to me, I think they dropped the ball. I didn't like what they did this year that much. A couple games I'll pick up. Rest. Anyways, guys and gals, that was my thoughts on Nintendo this year. Tell me what you think. Seriously, fuck that Metroid Prime and that Triforce Heroes shit. I'm sorry. Alright, maybe the Metroid Prime. Fuck that. Whatever. Fuck that shit. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. I got the 2 other ones coming out. Look for those or, whatever. And, yeah. Alright, bye-bye.